Check.
Check. Oh.
Check.
Oh. Okay.
Back at
What's
Scotties.
wrong?
Nothing.
Yeah. So we're back at Scotties. We'll talk about that.
Oh, shoot. Hang on a second. I got to I got to change I wanted to see what the time was. I don't want any of that stuff. So we're good. You keep talking.
Are you sure you're good?
Yeah.
Because you were good before.
No, it's all good.
Are we restarting the precast?
No.
It doesn't sound very loud, eh?
No. I think it's just because we're not used to the background noise.
Maybe it's louder in here.
Yeah.
People are having more fun today.
Do you want to
Just get into it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, what do you want to do? Like,
Oh, somebody just crashed. F1.
the race already ended, so.
What do you mean, what do I want to do?
What?
I'm loaded. I'm ready to go.
You're loaded.
I got lots to talk about.
Yeah. Do you?
And JB's here today.
JB's back.
And we're at Scotties. We're
back at
This
Scotties.
is our real season opener, I'd
Is
say.
this episode 1? Season opener?
Well, last week was episode 1, season 4.
Yeah.
But was that season 4 or 3?
Season 4?
4.
No.
Yeah.
Well, for us.
Wow.
Season 2 for you, maybe.
Season.
I was kind of there.
One
The
and a
other
half
seasons,
for
not
him.
As much.
1.5.
1.5.
I'm holding the mic today, guys.
Yeah, we know, because we only hear your last 3 words of every
Yeah.
sentence.
No, it's right in front of my mouth.
You won't keep it there the whole time.
I won't.
Okay,
All right.
I'm ready.
All right, ready?
We're
Yeah,
kicking
Yeah,
off.
let's go.
Warning, this podcast will be an injurious waste of your time. Warning, this podcast will be an injurious waste of your time.
Yeah, good morning. I'll take a medium with 2 sugar and a medium regular, please.
Morning, boys.
Duff, DDT,
BJ, JB.
Welcome back to Scotties Diner.
Saint
Yes.
Season 4, Episode 2.
Breakfast
big-
was delicious.
A big shout out to Scotty and the crew for having us back.
Yeah.
At least this week. Anyway, we'll see about.
Well
well,
fed.
we're not. Yeah,
Well fed and well caffeinated.
lots of coffee. Oh, I got my coffee over there.
Busy today.
You
I might-
say this week as if...
Well, we're
What?
I'm really hot there. I overmodulated, as they say in the business.
You're an
My-
overmodulator.
My mic overmodulated. Well, next weekend I'm away.
Yeah, and I'm
So-
away after that.
And then you're away the weekend after.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to figure it
We're
out.
just going to wing it. If we're available, we'll do it. If not, we won't.
That's what I was gonna say about
Yeah.
Thursday night.
What?
That we do the pod on Thursday.
This Thursday?
This Thursday
No.
coming.
No.
No?
No. I'd rather go
No.
boating.
Well, that we do it while we're boating.
You think you can barely get this equipment working
Oh, I can't
inside
because,
under perfect conditions, and you're saying you can do it on his boat?
No, because
Would-
you're right. Because the audio interface needs power.
I
Well,
still don't know why
do
we
you get
can't just
power
do
on
a
the boat?
simple audio file
we
from the
do.
boat.
Could we use a...
Do you have a AC? Do you have a converter?
I do, actually. I have one for my car.
Oh,
So
I have one too.
and then
actually.
there's like a car plug-in, cigar
Yeah.
lighter plug-in on the boat.
Yeah.
I have extremely limited interest in doing a podcast on a boat this Thursday. Like,
So-
we're going boating.
So
Let's
Duff
just go
is-
have fun.
Yeah.
And
So
Yeah.
Duff is like kiboshing.
I like the
thing.
idea, but when we're pinched for sunshine, like when the sun's
Yeah.
setting at 7,
Duff, you're Debbie Downer.
No, you're
I
a
don't
Debbie
think so.
Downer. He's realist.
Duffy Downer.
I think the podcast would be a downer
Oh.
compared to boating and moving, potentially fishing, wakeboarding,
What do we got?
Is
like
that- is that
limited
drinking
sunlight.
beverages,
What time you
Are
guys?
you planning on doing that? Like
skinny
boat-
dipping.
What time you guys thinking about going?
Well, you would probably have to meet us there.
Yeah.
I would
We
try
could
to
pick you up anywhere.
my son is done school at like 3:30, so I would essentially, as soon as he's done, I'd throw him in the truck and go. And then what time is your
Well,
boat?
you're talking for the skating thing, right? It's not necessarily a boys, dads and boys trip Thursday.
Well, it can be if you wanted
It could
to.
be, eh? Okay.
Oh, that
I'm
means,
open. I'd have to double check
Or
the schedules.
the three of us could just do it.
Three's
instead.
easier, but if it fits, yeah, I'm just saying I'm not against it. It'd be fun.
Three's
Okay.
company.
If we're going just the three of us, we
Yeah.
could do Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When's the skating?
Wednesday.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah.
Well, how would he get to skating without you?
He can walk.
Okay.
It's
okay.
at the CRC.
It's a big step for young JB.
GRC.
That's good.
He's been good. Yeah.
What are we talking about here? Like, this is nonsense.
So my son broke his leg.
You're not privy to everything, DDT.
My son broke his leg, and he's got to go to family skating to try to get his legs back before hockey starts.
Right.
So Wednesday he has a family skate.
Oh, okay.
You missed all this.
You missed all
beforehand.
that.
Yeah.
When
yeah.
you're late, you miss stuff, right?
Like I was 2 minutes late.
But-
it's a
but it-
natural consequence.
What time did you guys get here?
But it's good
Were
to
you
give
here-
context for the podbeanskis.
Yeah, sure.
Were you here at 8:45 having your coffee?
So I pull up.
Downtime with Brianna?
I pull up. He's here having his coffee in his truck,
Yeah.
and I go to the window,
Oh.
and he goes, "You're cutting into my Brianna time."
And I wasn't
No.
even inside yet.
no, hello, no, nothing. It's like you're cutting into my Brianna time. You guys get here at 9:15.
Yeah,
I
you guys
get here
always
at
show up at
9.
9:15, but
But we said 9.
However, we said 9 yesterday.
Yeah.
yeah, 9
Did
for
you mean
JB
9
means
for
9, but
you?
9 for you, I thought for sure just meant for us, and you'd be late like always.
But I was here at 9:05.
You know me. I'm always early.
Shall we?
I wasn't sure. I was kind of like, does Duff want his time with Brianna?
As stimulating as this is,
So what do we have on the
we
agenda?
could move on. I could give you
Okay,
guys the
what do you
list.
got? What do you got? What
Or
do you
we
got?
could just kind of go with stuff as we go.
No, what do you got? I
You
wanna hear
want
what
the
you got.
actual list?
Yeah, I want to hear.
Trudeau and plastic.
Oh,
Our new
getting political.
our new podcast title, In the Dugout. So DDT can expand on his sophisticated baseball analysis. Tony G, the E. coli outbreak.
You didn't like my analysis? The Jays suck?
The leaders of our federal parties, cost-saving hacks,
That's a lot.
and as our friend next door here with the
Talking about Red
Tie
Blacks?
Cat jersey on mentioned
CFL.
another Red Blacks game for the ages last night.
What was the final?
Make
She
the
wanted to
final.
say. Make
We
the
can
final what?
talk about it if we still have energy
All
at
right.
the end.
Well, I
How
just
about
want to
that?
know what the score was because we'll probably not get to it. So.
Well, he doesn't want to ruin
Yeah,
the surprise.
Oh.
I want to know what
God.
the score was. like, like you'll hear the score
Was that
if you really
was that
care.
my daughter's voice?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you,
Yeah,
do
so
you
I got
rem-
lots.
Do you remember the Debbie Downer skits from Saturday Night Live?
No.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
No? The,
Well, I
the
know
pic- the
you-
picture I sent
yeah.
the other
was
day.
that from that?
That's from that. It's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why did you send me that? Was it because I said the Jays suck?
well,
Now
because
you were
the,
going on
the,
about
the
something.
only thing you were texting us all week was like, "Oh yeah, the Jays suck. Oh, they blah blah blah." You know, like
Oh, it was
it-
brutal.
It's never,
Brutal.
like, "Hey, I'm having a good time watching baseball."
Yeah,
It's too bad
pointless.
they can't play better.
well, it was 0-4 against the team that they needed to beat.
Yeah,
now
the
they're
series before that they swept.
Did they win last
They're
night?
2-0 in the next series. So yeah, they've won 5 games.
Did they win last night?
And lost 4 games in the last week, but we only ever hear from you when they
Yeah.
lose.
Jays suck.
Yeah. So anyways, we look forward to more thoughtful analysis, sophisticated comments from the dugout is what we're calling it. From the dugout with DDT.
Yeah. Hey, come on.
Now, have you heard the Trudeau and the plastic story?
You know what?
No.
I vaguely saw.
Can we tell our Podbeanskis? Sorry, JB. Can we tell our Podbeanskis in Romania who JT is?
I think they know.
Justin
I think
Trudeau?
they know by
Oh,
now.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
JT.
Yeah, he's quite popular. right?
So you vaguely may know of it then. Okay. You? It
No.
doesn't ring a bell at all?
it does not.
I saw the beginning of an interview I was on YouTube
Okay.
or something like
You've
that.
got to look it up.
And it almost looked to me like it was like the deep fakes where it's like it's not real.
Oh, this
And-
was
and-
real.
And then I kind of moved
Yeah.
off.
Okay.
I think the question was, what do you and your family do?
To reduce your use of plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the rest. I kind of moved on.
If any of you two resurrect the social media accounts, you got to put a link to this video. It is classic. I'm totally looking at it just from a humorous kind of fun standpoint. All politics aside.
Yeah.
If anybody were to answer this question in this manner, like you would laugh your absolute head off. Okay, so his answer was the most convoluted, confusing, ridiculous answer ever. It's like he didn't understand the question. Okay. So how do you and your family reduce your use of plastic? The answer was, well, our family, we totally agree that using too much plastic is bad. So we definitely try to use, less plastic. Yes, Mr. Trudeau, but do you have any concrete examples of what your family does to use less plastic? Well, like I say, it's plastic is a major issue, plastic. And we, like many Canadians, we are using less. We're using less plastic, and could you tell us one of the ways, sir? Well, one of the ways is, we like to replace our plastic water bottles with, paper water bottles, Mr. Trudeau? Paper or cardboard water bottles. So by this point, people are flabbergasted. Like he's pulling a Joe Biden right in front of us, okay? Sir, do you mean paper and plastic? Sorry. No, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Paper or cardboard water bottles. Indeed, plastic is such a problem that any type of other bottles we can use, such as paper and cardboard bottles, are the way to go. It was something like that. I probably botched it.
Well, I'm just going to add in here one little aside. So that was a bit of a Tony Gabriel.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
good transition.
Last week we had a Tony Gabriel. We were going on. You missed it, BJ. But we're going on about the Tony Gabriel. We had a couple of those during the show. And we all know.
For the podbeanskis, the Tony Gabriel is a...
We're using it like a verb.
Is a story that is a run-on.
Very, very, very long story.
There's no end.
There's no end.
You're giving too much detail. Nobody cares anymore.
And as a special gift to our listeners, Season 4, our very own DDT has secured the rights to play this clip from TSN, is it?
TSN 1200. We want to give a big shout out to TSN 1200 because that's where the interview, that's here in Ottawa. They're the sports radio show, sports radio here in Ottawa. And they had an interview with Tony Gabriel. I'm going on about Tony Gabriel while doing a Tony Gabriel. And so we thought maybe we'll reach out to them, see if we can get the clip. So they send us the clip. Not the full interview, but a clip.
We'll just play a portion of it. But from this point on, all podbeanskis will totally understand what we mean when we say you're doing a Tony Gabriel.
Exactly. So let's play the clip. Courtesy of TSN 1200.
And guys, in the play before, you may have heard me talk about this. I was trying to watch the replay. When I say the play before, it was the series before. Excuse me. And because I think we had a running play in the first down that didn't go anywhere. But I remember Jim Cood, my offensive tackle, telling me get back in the huddle because I was all dazed. And it may have been, I'm trying to remember the fellow's name, it was number 75, a Canadian kid, who got me. But that doesn't matter. Normally on a first down, you'll call a fake into the line. In this case, it was fake 34, the fullback, the three-back being through the four-hole, tight end, flag. And so what happens, it's a second down, and I go down into the three-point stance, guys, which is crazy because, you could have a linebacker or, someone just hit you right into the ground. Anyways, what happened was the defensive end was lined up head to head with me, and I was able to get out around the outside, and that freed me up from the linebacker who was stationed just inside his defensive end for some reason. That was Roger Goree, number 37. And I get right into the secondary quickly against Ted Provo. Now, this kid shouldn't have bid on this, but somehow on my post move into the center for a couple of steps, he followed me right in, and then I just tore off back to the corner where I was supposed to be, and Tommy had lots of time. I think it was Gary Kuzik who had come in on the play, and I'll tell you quickly about that. But he held Ray Odoms on the corner, who was playing man-to-man. And it's like time has stood still. And I'm thinking, my eyes are 6 feet wide open. I've got to bring this in. And sure enough, but the only stupid thing I said afterwards that I remember that I did, my traditional spike of the ball, why didn't I hold on to
Oh my God! Now you know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
And
That's-
that was what 10% of the actual clip.
Probably, yeah. That was two. I think it's 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
For the podbeanskis, who's Mr. Tony Gabriel?
He was.
Do you want me
Tony
to answer?
Gabriel was a receiver for the CFL, Canadian Football Leagues.
Back in
Ottawa,
the day.
back in the 70s. I think it was 76, right, when they won the Grey Cup?
Now, what are the odds you can't track down Mr. Gabriel from his Southern Ontario palace
Oh, maybe I
for
should
a
try
quick
that,
clip
eh?
in person, maybe for next week?
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be
exactly.
fun?
We'll just ask him one question.
Tell me he wouldn't like to talk.
Oh, my God. We ask him, tell us about that catch.
We heard
Yeah,
you made a catch that is to this day still being talked about.
exactly.
But our show's only an hour.
Yeah. And then did you run back to the bench and grab your paper water bottle to have a little sip?
Nice segue.
So
Anyway,
it's
that's
tough.
the clip. Thank you, TSN 1200
Thank
for
you.
that.
If somebody were to ask me that
And
question,
I should say, just sorry.
Go ahead.
Matt Hamer from TSN 1200.
We apologize
He's the morning
everyone
show
for the
producer.
interruptions. By the way,
Who's the morning show producer?
what's the name again?
Matt Hamer.
Matt Hamer.
Goes
He's
by
the
Hammer.
present morning show host. We
He's
actually
the
have live
producer
morning
of
show
the morning
guys.
show, yeah.
Oh,
They've
really?
got JR and they've got your buddy Steve Lloyd
Oh, Stevie Lloyd.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay.
and Matt Hamer.
So putting aside his ridiculous
Oh, and
answer,
one other thing. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
putting aside his ridiculous answer,
Yeah.
how would you answer that question yourself? Like, I'm not trying to say that you wouldn't have a difficult time answering. If somebody
we're
were
back to the plastic?
yeah.
Oh,
If somebody
Oh.
were to ask me, what
Yeah.
do you do to reduce your use of plastic?
Yeah.
I would be hard pressed to find a tangible answer to that question.
Well, there is no answer. The
Well,
thing
that's-
is,
because everything. Like, I mean,
you already do use very little plastic, probably, right?
We recycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We recycle as much as possible.
Yeah.
Everything.
Sure.
The whole recycling plastic program is a joke in my opinion. Like, I'd like to have a big discussion on that.
Sure.
The fact that you have to clean everything out.
Oh.
Like, is everything actually?
never do that.
I
What
don't
what
do that.
actually
You don't have
happens?
to do that.
Well,
Where
you're
does it go?
You're
Yeah.
supposed to. You're not
no.
supposed.
Did you know that you cannot throw a pizza box in the cardboard
Yeah,
recycling?
you have to put that in the green bin.
Yeah.
Anything
it's
that's
got
been soiled with
cheese.
food, you have to put that in the green bin
Really?
instead. Yeah.
Oh, well,
so
there you go.
So
Yeah.
anyway, all,
Which
all,
I
that,
never
all
do.
that to say,
Yeah.
like everything we buy is in plastic. It's wrapped in plastic. It's in a plastic container. It's in a
Yeah.
plastic bag. I don't know how I'm actively reducing plastic.
Well,
right? I'm recycling a lot.
One small step you could do, if you're telling me you will buy, let's say, veggies, produce, and there's somehow plastic around them, like the lettuce and
Yeah.
things like that, there are stores like Produce Depot where everything is just there. You pick it up and that's it. There's no packaging of any kind.
But would you not buy,
Gotta
like,
put
would
it
you
in a
not
plastic
grab
bag.
the little plastic bags
No,
that they have
they
in
don't
the
even
grocery
have-
store?
no.
They don't
Well,
have
what do you
those?
put it in?
What do you put it in?
You
just-
put it in, you bring a bag, first of
Oh.
all. If you bring a bag,
What
I'm
bag?
not
Do you
saying
bring a plastic
this
bag?
is the solution, but if you do care, there are choices you can make. So you can go to the big stores like Superstore and all those places, Walmart, and buy pre-packaged veggies.
Yeah.
Or you can go to a smaller scale local store where they just offer it straight up and you buy it and there's no plastic.
But at the same
that is one thing you could do.
I agree.
Yeah.
But at the same time, with the cost of fruit and vegetables right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
like you're looking for deals wherever you go, right? So
Sure.
as an example, my wife, as you guys know, is a
price
price matcher.
matcher.
Oh, God.
So she'll go to a store that price matches.
Should we check on DDT? We haven't heard of him.
I
Heard from him in a while.
Sorry.
You okay?
He
No.
choked on the mic.
He's still choking.
You're not supposed to like put it in your mouth.
Yeah. Especially
mic.
when it's got that big of a head.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Anyway, so I'm so right now I'm
Yeah.
good. The next time we go grocery shopping, I am gonna look for cardboard and paper water bottles.
The next time you're going to get some produce will be right out of the back door of the F-150.
Yes.
There's no plastic on that puppy.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
There is plastic in the back of the
How
F-150.
am I gonna bring it home?
I'm
though?
setting JB up, and you as well if you'd like. I feel kind of bad. It was kind of for you because you've been begging for
I
produce
know.
forever,
I
and you
know.
haven't said anything.
I was just so excited about the box I got last year.
Yeah.
I'm like, when you mentioned produce,
There's
I'm like,
more.
wow.
But seriously, like there's more where that came from, especially for the chard and the kale. You should see those rows of chard and kale. Unbelievable.
Speaking of gardens,
Yeah.
Did you grow any peppers? Hot peppers this year?
Tons of peppers, all sweet peppers.
Boring.
Yeah.
So last year.
You want a quick side story? Quick Tony Gabriel on that one.
Yeah. I'll follow up with one after.
I meant to grow a diverse mixture of peppers, hot, spicy, sweet, whatever. And my rudimentary knowledge of pollination basically produced a bunch of hybrid peppers that are all in between. So they're not super spicy. Some of them look like a jalapeno but are sweet. Some of them look like a big bell pepper but they're spicy. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah. So I have a few of those as well. You might enjoy the adventure of having a pepper and not knowing exactly what it's going to taste like.
From my choking.
Welcome back, DDT.
Good.
And
glad nobody had to give you the hind lick.
Yeah. So lots of peppers. Lots of carrots.
I don't think that was on the list, was it?
No. So we have funny side story.
Yeah.
My wife. We have a tiny garden in the back.
Yeah.
And last year she put sweet peppers and what she thought was a hot pepper.
Yes.
And it wasn't very hot.
Was that one of the ones I gave you? Remember, I gave you some plants?
No, you gave me some really nice hot ones.
Okay, because I might have messed up the pollination then too.
No. So she planted some hot peppers this year, but I went like, whatever. How hot can they be, right?
That's what she planted.
So she pulled a few out of the garden that were ripe, and I was making pizzas at home. So I proceeded to cut the peppers, right? Put them in little pieces and stuff, and I sprinkled them all over the pizza.
Yeah.
Put the pizzas in the oven.
Yeah.
I then proceeded to go to the washroom, and then wash my hands.
Oh.
And then walked out of the washroom.
Are we already onto the E. coli outbreak?
No. Well, it's almost. It should be related to that, maybe, but. And then all of a sudden, certain parts of my body that I had touched as I was going to the washroom started to burn profusely.
That is unbelievable, eh?
Yeah. And then about 10 minutes later,
if you know what we're talking about right now, you know what we're talking about.
My hand started burning.
Did you put cream on it?
So
from a pepper that looked like a bell pepper.
There's nothing you could do about it.
You didn't put any cream or
there's
Vaseline
nothing.
or something?
You could put there's nothing you can do.
You got to be pro. If you know you're dealing with a hot pepper, you got to either have a glove on or just. I find just really wash your hands after and don't touch anything else.
Well, I
didn't know.
I'm like I didn't know how hot these peppers were, right? So anyway,
isn't that amazing?
My nether regions were burning for I'd say a couple hours.
Wow.
And my hand burned for a day and a half.
Wow.
Like a throbbing pain in my hand.
From a pepper you grew in your own garden?
Yes.
Jesus.
I don't know what the Coville was or what. Roberta, I'm sorry, my
hot.
wife doesn't remember the She doesn't remember what kind of pepper it was.
You know we get excited in our stories when real names come out. Hey, Darcy?
Exactly.
Anyway, it was hilarious.
That's what you called me last week.
It was hilarious.
That's awesome.
So I've used them since, and they are very hot.
You've used them carefully since.
I put a little one in a spaghetti sauce this week, like a large pot.
Yeah.
I removed all the seeds, and it was actually nice and spicy.
Yeah.
From one tiny pepper.
Wow.
So
how are your nether regions doing?
It was fine. Yeah, it was fine.
They're okay today?
They're good now.
They're good now.
But I'm like, why am I getting a burning sensation in my crotch? That's never
that is unreal.
That's never a good thing, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just thankful I didn't rub my eye.
Well, that's the only time I notice it is when I know they're hot, and we forget how often we're touching our face, right, for no reason.
Yeah.
I'll make my whatever with my peppers, and like an hour later, my eyes will start to be burning. And I'm like, right away, now I know, God, I must have touched my eyes after the damn pepper. Yeah. Super potent stuff.
So is your butthole like it was on fire?
It wasn't my butthole.
In the dugout.
I went for a number one.
Yeah.
Oh,
so, do you want to jump to E. coli since we're talking about vegetables and fruits and
what about E. coli?
The E. coli
You're talking
outbreak.
About the one. Yeah, that's.
You guys haven't heard about the E. coli outbreak?
Yes, it is. So, I probably wouldn't have paid a second thought to that situation or that.
What are you referring to?
The E. coli in Calgary?
Oh no.
Is that not what you're talking about?
No, I'm just talking about me at the barn cave this morning.
Funny. So the kids, there's that E. coli outbreak in Calgary, I believe.
I'm not aware of this.
Well, what are you talking about?
Me at the barn cave this morning after all the corn I ate last night. That's
No.
all I was talking
So
about.
your butthole's burning.
Well, the E. coli outbreak there, you didn't want to go there.
There was this school.
Okay, tell us about your E. coli story.
Well, there was
What do you
this.
mean yours?
There's
Like
a
all
school
over
in
the-
Calgary where
all
a
over
whole
the
bunch
news.
of kids,
Okay.
whole bunch of kids were
It's all over the news.
hospitalized.
Okay. Wow.
It's all over the news, and
What rock have you been
with
living under?
really
Duff.
bad E. coli outbreak.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
And
really bad.
In
It's
in my mind,
130 something.
Worse
people?
than the barn cave for sure.
it's
Oh,
horrible.
definitely
It's
worse than the
horrible.
burn.
Like the
Okay.
government has actually stepped in and said they're going to like provide funding
Okay.
to help and long term for these kids and stuff.
Well, thank God the government's involved.
Some
that
of-
should fix
well-
it for sure.
Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on.
Oh,
Something happened.
hold on.
Oh no, we're good.
We're good.
So
Sorry
some
about that.
some of them are quite sick. So up until
We
a cou-
don't make light of that at all, for
no,
sure.
No.
Yeah.
There's no joke there. Up until a couple weeks ago, in the back of my mind, I thought like you got E. coli, like
Yeah.
you went to the washroom, you got
Yeah.
upset stomach, you were
Sure.
sick, maybe you'll throw up, but it's not a,
No,
You're
it's
talking
a
about
long-term
young
problem.
young children.
These are
here.
young children.
Yeah.
So a few weeks ago, I watched a
Pretty
video, a documentary on Netflix called Poison, The Dirty Truth About Your Food. And this is from the U.S.,
Okay.
and it talked about E. coli outbreaks
Yeah.
and some legislative changes they're trying to make in the U.S. But essentially, like, in some cases, it's almost as bad as like flesh-eating disease or whatever
God,
the case
yeah.
may be. Your organs
Yeah.
internally start shutting
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Like you're talking about lifelong impact from
God,
E. coli. So
Brutal.
I thought you were going to talk about that. What's happening
Me
in the
too.
news
Okay.
right
I
now?
thought that's what it was
Well,
about as well.
the
thought you were
worst part
transitioning.
about all that is how reliant we are on central kitchens. So what I learned was there was one kitchen in Calgary that produced all this daycare food that then went out to dozens of daycare sites.
Yeah.
Horrible
Oh,
strategy.
so you are talking about that then?
Well, now that you guys bring it up.
Yeah.
So that one kitchen had issues with whatever
Yeah.
causing the E. coli
Yeah.
outbreak. Whereas if everybody was kind of doing their own thing, it'd be one location.
Yeah.
But they say it's like
I-
20 different
I would
poor little
recommend
daycare sites.
Like I would recommend this documentary on Netflix.
The poison of our food?
Poisoned.
Poison.
The poison, the truth about our
Poisoned.
food.
Yeah.
And it talks about sort of the
It'll scare you to never buy food again.
It's
probably.
really
the
bad.
meat outbreaks, the
Yeah.
vegetable outbreaks, and stuff like that.
You want my take
over
on
the
it?
years?
I'll give you my take.
I don't really want it.
It's really bad.
Oh, let's hear it.
That was my take.
Oh, yeah, sophisticated. So DDT, maybe you can
Yes.
expand.
So did you
On
have
that?
did you have a joke
Expand on that
about
take.
that though? Did you
about
have
DDT?
no the E. coli thing, or is that what you actually wanted to talk
Well, I
about?
already said the joke. It must have went over your head.
The
The
joke.
corn?
The barn
Well, you
cave.
missed it.
I
It's
see.
not a dad joke, right? So you missed
No.
it.
All right,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Bit of
yeah.
a DDT joke.
Yeah.
So we're back in the dugout with DDT
Okay.
and his in-depth analysis of the
I'm in-
Toronto Blue Jays and their performance
baseball.
this week. Did you want to
Sucked.
expand on your two-word analysis?
They're terrible.
They
I think.
suck. That was
Oh.
my
Really?
two-word analysis.
Wow. Not
Well,
it.
I mean, well,
Oh, here we go. He's going to expand. Thank
no
God.
pitching, no batting
You
against
can't
a
really
team
say
that
no
they're-
pitching.
Well, wouldn't they have to forfeit if
Uh.
nobody came to bat or pitched?
Okay, all right.
The pitching has been generally consistent in there all year. The batting, I agree.
Has been
Where were the
really-
bats? Where were the
yeah,
bats in those
like
games?
no run support.
Yeah, yeah.
A team that you're supposed to ward off, basically. You lose four
Well, the
straight.
team you're fighting against, who's
Exactly.
also a very good team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they went in there. Actually, I think the Rangers had dropped like 15 of 19
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that. But then
Goes
nice-
to show you how psychological sporting events are, though. So
Yeah.
we went into that series against the team really on the downers, and we were on the up. Flipped
Yeah.
the table, lost 4. The Rangers go into, I forget where, Cleveland maybe after that, lost 10-0. Their very next game, they lose
Yeah.
10-0. And then we go on a bit of a mini tear now against Boston, right? 2 wins in a row.
Yeah, you got
Well,
you got to look at the whole season.
it's a
DDT,
long But if
you
not
look at-
just a game, right?
Well,
Yeah.
if you look at the
It's a long
Jays'
year.
record against teams above 500,
Yeah.
it's not good.
I would argue their record
They're
against
below.
teams that are really crappy is bad, too.
Well, no, they're
They seem
better
to, like,
against.
they can't even sweep a team like the Oakland A's, for God's sakes.
True, but
Or
they
Kansas
are
City.
They are better against teams below 500 than they are against teams above 500. If it wasn't for beating the teams below 500, They wouldn't be where they were.
I will do a
Now they're-
fact check on that later when I feel like it.
Now
I bet
there's-
you their record is pretty close on both.
Now there's
That's my guess.
No, I saw the stat the other day.
Well, I believe you're
So
wrong, probably.
Where are the Jays in the standings right now?
They are.
They're
I think,
holding down the last wild
Are they
card.
not-
Even with all this crap, they're still holding down the
Yeah.
last wild card now. Yeah, with the win. I just saw it.
Nice.
Okay.
Just like you. You saw it. So it's true.
I don't believe you.
Well, have a look. It's right there on the TV.
It says free Goodyear.
You buy $1,000 tires, you get free wiper
But there you
blades.
go, right? We're so invested in some of our sports teams. Everybody thinks the world is coming to an end. We notice all the shitty performances. Yet, where are they in the standings? They're technically in the playoffs.
Well, I was
right
looking
now.
forward
Like,
to that
that's
series,
crazy.
though.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch it, and
Yeah.
I go and tune in, and they're like down 10-0.
Yeah, same here. I know.
What the heck?
But you know what? Again, I'll just reiterate my last point. Of all the problems and adversity they're facing, they are still in a wild card position right now. And if they can tweak some of their problems and get more than one person hot with the bat at the same time, as Chris Bassett says, like we're there.
Yeah.
We will finish strong. The timing will. Like I'd rather have my hitters hot right at the end of the season than in the middle of freaking
Oh,
August.
well, for
Yeah.
sure, for
So
sure.
we'll see.
So
But,
it's-
here's the
it's-
thing,
It's
like-
a few tweaks that are
Yeah.
needed.
I'm gearing up for a long, deep playoff run.
I was disappointed in the relief pitching.
Really?
Well, they're down 6-3
Yeah.
in one of the games.
Yeah.
Okay. The relief pitcher comes in. The bases are loaded. He gives up a grand slam.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
10-3.
You were disappointed when that happened?
Very.
Me too.
Were you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's when the Jays suck came out.
Yeah.
That's when I texted
Very
off to you
sophisticated.
guys. Yeah. it was
High-end
just like,
analysis.
It is what it is.
Hey,
I'm looking
let's
forward
yeah,
to
tell
a
it,
nice
tell
stretch
it,
run.
You know.
See, there we go. Every time I look up, there's a home run being hit.
Okay.
How about that?
You know, I just tell it like it is. I give the honest truth.
Well, why don't you tell
The
us?
God's honest
tell
truth.
us how you feel about if Canadian national general election were held today.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the leaders of the parties, which we would have the option of voting for?
You're asking me that?
Yeah. Can you handle that?
No.
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 Well,
not that I'm not in front of
there's
their
Pierre
faces almost
Poilievre.
every day.
There's Justin Trudeau. There is Jagmeet Singh. And does the Green Party
Remember-
have a rep these days?
Elizabeth May.
Is back to Elizabeth May. Okay.
Remember a couple of years ago we were arguing about whether it's Jugmeat or Jagmeat?
I don't remember arguing.
I think it was in season 2. We had this discussion.
Yeah?
I don't think
Yeah.
it was arguing. It was just
Was it-
confirming that.
Yeah.
It was a discussion.
Knowledge.
How do you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear I've heard
Appropriately.
both over the air, but whatever.
So
I
for
wouldn't
the
vote for him anyways.
for the Podbeanski.
Yeah.
He is the NDP leader of the Socialist New Democratic Party of Canada.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is being mentioned because the election is still a couple years away.
Yes.
Unless Jugmeat doesn't prop up his
Oh,
buddy
he's
JT.
going to.
But if he didn't,
He
there'd
will.
be an election at any moment, right?
will
Is that how it
continue.
works? And we'd have
Well,
to
yeah.
vote.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, in your limited
I vote for everybody.
opinion,
I like them all, so I can't choose.
so who would you vote for?
All of them.
If you had to pick one, who would you vote for?
You're forgetting one other guy too, Maxime Bernier.
Oh, gosh.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I'm just saying. You're asking me who the leaders are.
Okay, so that's who you would vote for.
No, I'm not saying I'd vote for him.
Well, who would you vote for? I repeat the question.
I would vote
who
for
would
all
you
of
vote
them.
for?
All of them.
You-
I always
you-
vote for everybody.
So you would go and you would just check all the boxes and invalidate your vote?
yeah,
All right. Well, that's
like I like
responsible.
them all, so I'm not going to pick one.
I sense your.
but you don't vote for the leader anyway.
I
But-
sense
but
your
then
why
struggles.
go?
Many people do.
I know they do.
What's that, JB?
Should we change
I said
the
if he
system?
invalidates his vote, then why would you actually even bother going?
Because I've gotten people telling me if you don't vote, then you,
You
have
lose
no
your
say.
right to complain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In my daughter's voice.
Yeah.
So I go and vote, but I vote for everybody because I like them all.
Do you think the Conservative Party's attempt at showcasing a softer, gentler Pierre Poilievre is working?
He not showcase. They've changed his image, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
So
trying
do you
to be
think it's
younger.
working?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, wow. Back to
Is
the
it working
in-depth
on you?
analysis.
Is it working on you?
It is working on me.
It is.
So
I-
sorry, JB.
Why is it
Well,
working on you?
I was just going to say, like, I'm. Well, I don't know. I don't see anybody shining right now.
Agreed.
And there's stuff that they do that I'm just like shake my head at.
Amazing, yeah.
Like Polyev on the WestJet plane, grabbing the mic.
yeah.
And like just saying we're gonna make a change.
I know.
Blah 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 blah. It's like, dude,
I'm surprised they pushed that out for general consumption. That looked like a fun little thing to do with your crew on a plane, but that shouldn't be a advertisement piece.
Well, it's
somebody put it up there.
WestJet saying is they're
Yeah.
going to review their rules because that shouldn't happen.
Oh, exactly.
And
Okay.
it's someone.
Couture did it on a plane too.
It's someone from the
couple years
flight
ago.
that
It's
actually
Probably his own
broadcasted
plane,
it.
though. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was a
So it wasn't
commercial.
WestJet that broadcasted and say, "Hey, we're supporting this guy," because
No,
they're
no.
actually they're supposed to be unbiased.
Apolitical.
Yeah.
It was somebody with recording it on their phone, basically.
Yes.
But
Yes,
Trudeau
yes,
addressed
yes.
some commercial flight a few years ago as well.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Like
It's tough.
Like I said, if you vote for everybody, you can still complain, and you voted. Right? Am I right?
Well, you got to vote,
Yeah.
for sure.
So there you go.
But, I mean, we have the right to be disgruntled and not happy with everything. But I still think, unlike your deep analysis of voting for everybody, ideally you can still pick one out of them.
No, but you don't. You got to vote for the MP though, right? Who's our MP?
Couldn't tell you. There's 4. Sorry, not 4
No,
MPs.
I mean for
but
our
when it's
for
Karen
our
McCrimmon?
riding.
No.
Nope.
I'm not even sure for ours either.
I think she's the same.
Oh, I know who it is. I see her. It's a woman,
Yeah.
and I see her in the local newspaper.
I typically wait for the signs to show up on people's lawns, and then I know
Yes.
who's running.
Count how many. The RMP just said have a happy carp fair. Not Karen
Are we allowed to use that audio? You're gonna have to beep yourself.
He stops instantaneously. He's thinking right now that's a lot of editing. I
Yeah,
gotta do
exactly.
now.
Damn it.
Thankfully,
Didn't
nobody
think
else
about
was
that.
What's her
talking.
name?
You're
Tell
gonna
me.
have to beep that.
Didn't think about that. She is a new cabinet minister. As
Jolly.
Well.
No.
No.
Tell us who.
She is a new cabinet minister. That's a
Who?
hint.
Yeah,
I know.
we need to move on. This
She
is,
was just. This is a Tony Gabriel.
Tony
she was
Gabriel.
just appointed as a cabinet minister.
I'm ready to move on, even if you
All
don't
right.
tell us.
All right.
Then.
Jenna Suds.
Jenna Suds. Can
What else do you have on the list
Jenna
there, big guy?
Suds.
Oh boy. How we doing for time, DDT?
Oh, we're only at 35 minutes.
Perfect. I have the Red Blacks
We don't want to talk about that.
performance. I said we would if we had time and energy. So
Well, what else is on your list?
that's it. We've got
Oh,
through
really?
it all, man. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Do you have other
Really?
stuff?
No.
Yeah. So the Red Blacks are Ottawa's entry into the Canadian Football League.
Entry.
And they're having another rough season. Surprise, surprise. They've been in a lot of games. They've lost a bunch of close games, sometimes going down right to the wire in the last play of the game. So last night,
Why do they suck so
I
bad?
think they're up. They are literally, it's a 3-possession up in points. So what are we talking? 8-16. I think they're up 19 points.
Do you want
Okay.
my analysis of
No.
the Red Blacks?
They are up 19 points
You
in the
want that?
fourth quarter, which should almost guarantee a win. Long story short, they lose.
They
They're
suck.
actually
You want my
lost.
analysis?
They are really, really good this year at finding a way to lose.
Yeah.
As you say, the few games that I've watched,
Oh.
it's like they're gonna
good.
they're gonna make it, they're gonna
Yeah.
win, and they somehow mess up in the last few minutes.
To me, it's play calling. I'm no football aficionado, but the skill on that team is good. They're clearly good enough to beat other teams, but the decisions that are made in the fourth quarter in an effort to somehow preserve the lead is backfiring big time.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So last night it was just, you know what, boys, we're up by 17 or whatever. Let's play it really safe. We'll just run the ball right up the middle every time. We won't have any interceptions. We won't do this. We won't do that. Oh my God, they do not run down the clock at all doing that. 2 and out every time. BC comes back, scored on 4
Was it
straight
Ticats
possessions.
or BC?
Playing
BC
it safe
Lions.
will never get you anywhere.
Anyways, super frustrating.
So,
I
here's
think,
my
I
analysis.
think heads have to roll. The
Yeah.
coaches, the offensive coordinator, they got to go.
Is he not a first-year coach? Here's my analysis.
They suck.
They suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Good talk.
Yeah. Is Bob Dice not the first-year coach?
I think he's a first-year coach, but I've
For the
seen
Red Bulls.
other great first-year coaches.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, man.
Yeah. I'd hate to be him because he has to go on the radio every week
Oh, I never
after a
listened.
loss.
Where do you listen to that?
TSN 1200.
Oh, they have
our
him
good,
on.
our good buddies at
there you
TSN
go,
1200.
DDT,
Yeah.
third wild card spot right now.
Oh,
We're one up on Seattle, even with all the BS, you know.
all right.
Or how excited are you guys about the Sens?
Oh.
Haven't put hardly any thought into the upcoming hockey season.
No.
Share with us what you know.
Well, the sale's almost final, right?
Yeah. So
new
apparently
owner?
the new owner has met with the sort of representatives of the majority, like the
Okay.
seat,
The
governors?
the seat. Oh yeah, the governors, the seat owners, or whatever.
The governors of
The season
NHL.
ticket holders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they had a lot of really interesting stuff to say. They have a whole bunch of events planned throughout the
Okay.
year. They're looking to inject more money into the team and
Okay.
stuff. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the season as well.
I will be. Every
Yeah.
year it's the same with me, especially if the Jays are in the postseason. I don't even think hockey till baseball's over. And then when it's over, I'll start watching a game thinking, God, this isn't very exciting compared to baseball. And then eventually, of course, I'm a fan, and you'll
Yeah.
probably hear more from me in like February.
Well, we've talked about baseball before. I struggle watching.
Yeah, you're the
baseball.
opposite. Yeah.
And it's like it's not super exciting to me.
Okay.
Like I'll just watch it and it's like going through the
Yeah.
motions. However, when you do see a strategic play,
Yes.
where the batter hits it,
Yeah.
somebody makes a fantastic pitch
Yeah.
from the outfield,
Sure.
and they
Pitch
get like
from
a
the
pitch.
outfield?
We know what he means.
what did I say?
We know.
Throw? Yeah.
We know what you mean.
A pitch. And two guys are out and it's a fantastic
Yeah.
play or something like
Yeah.
that. But those moments are rare, in my opinion.
No,
Sure.
playoff
I hear you.
baseball. My analysis, playoff baseball is good. Really good.
It's
You watch
the neat thing about
you watch
baseball
playoff baseball.
is the whole essence of the game is magnified tremendously after 162
Yeah.
games decide the positioning for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then to make it even crazier right now with the friggin' wild card stuff,
Yeah.
like imagine everything boils down to a game or two
Yeah.
to determine if you're going to advance.
Do you not think there's too many games?
I do personally. Yeah.
Like it's too much.
I feel
like-
there's way too many hockey games though, more than too many baseball games.
You think?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Hockey can bore the death out of me in November, like a meaningless game. And
So are
worse, if your team is out of the playoffs, when 16 freaking teams make the playoffs, you talk about boring.
Your
Yeah.
team is out of the playoffs after November.
Yeah.
That's been the Sens.
I think hockey would, and I know it's all just money, right? If Gary Bettman could have his way, they'd be playing a 100-game season,
Yeah.
and it'd go all friggin' year.
What about this new PW?
Imagine you condense. We're not there yet, DDT.
Oh, sorry.
Imagine you condense the NHL season to like 50 or 60 games, and you play 2 games a week. How exciting those games would be. And then only, maybe they keep it at 16 for the playoffs. I don't know. But
They
just
would-
make every game more meaningful.
They would count a lot more, yeah.
And they'd maybe make less money, though. That's why it would never happen, I guess, right?
Yeah, but perhaps.
DDT, I cut you off.
Yeah,
You're
no,
all
I was-
excited about the PWHL, are you?
Well, I was going to say they're only playing 24 games
In the PWHL?
starting in January.
That makes
this year.
sense.
What do you think about that? You think it'll be
I
exciting?
think you should tell the podbeanskis what PWHL
Oh,
stands
right.
for.
So the Professional Women's Hockey League, the new one starting up again.
Yeah.
We've got a team here in Ottawa, which is kind of cool.
I think it's cool. I think there needs to be way more energy and money put into women's hockey.
Where would the money come from?
I don't know, right?
Okay.
It eventually has to come from the fans. There has
Yeah.
to be interest. People have to want to watch.
Good.
But you have to kind
Good
of
take.
you have to kick the ball to get it to start rolling.
My
right?
colleague
Sure.
at work is stoked for it. He's like,
Well,
all in.
I
season
have
tickets. blah,
People
blah,
at
blah.
work, same
Really?
thing, that are
Yeah.
actually really fired up about watching
Oh,
this.
good for them.
So
I can't say I am, personally.
I would like to see them have body contact in women's hockey. Plus,
Having-
take off the mask.
having had a daughter, obviously our daughters did not play top-level hockey.
Yes.
But if they had, it
Yeah.
would be interesting for them to have a place to potentially, keep playing and
I don't know.
They're not going to be rolling in money, right?
No,
But-
that's the sad thing.
well, it's not like
Is there the best
CFL? Like,
well,
you're,
it's the same thing.
you're scrounging by, right? Like, you're not
Like,
you're
yeah,
not playing
you're-
football as a career.
You're packing
like,
groceries in the summer.
Yeah.
well, yeah,
I mean, in
that's
the
what I'm
winter.
saying. So you're
so
not.
in terms of their overall quality of life, it's almost detrimental if you're a good female hockey player because you might end up delaying your whole life to play a
think they
couple
have,
of years of
uh,
professional hockey.
you're
I
living
think
the dream.
right?
I think they're looking at
Or a
salaries
nightmare.
around averaging around 80 grand per.
Well, again,
To play 24 games.
if they're
first
getting
year,
out of it
it's not bad.
something they're happy with, then great,
That's
right?
not a bad salary.
Yeah, to play 24
Because
games.
CFL, some of the players
Yeah.
don't get paid a lot. They don't
50,
get paid
60
that
grand.
much.
No,
Yeah.
I know. It's
Um,
they're not playing to make money for
it's
sure.
You're living the dream,
Yeah, you're living
Yeah.
a dream,
right?
Yeah.
With
Unless
the,
you're a
with,
quarterback.
with the
CFL.
hope that maybe it's going to be a stepping stone.
There's how
to the-
sustaining-
to the CFL.
There's how
or to the
sustaining
NFL.
women's professional hockey is. We can't even get through a conversation before we start talking about CFL.
Well,
And another thing that points to that too
Yeah.
is, so yeah, my daughter and your daughters, yeah, they played mid-competitive level hockey.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as both grandparents on our side heard about this professional hockey league, you know, one of their first comments was, "Oh, maybe your daughter can try out for the team." Yeah, because she plays hockey and she's a girl.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
the perception is anyone can just
Anybody,
go play.
anybody
Yeah.
can make
If you're
it.
a female, go try out.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I did tell my daughter. I told my daughter, hey,
Yeah.
we got a team.
Yeah, go try out. Did you
No,
tell her?
I didn't
Oh,
tell
okay.
her that. I said she's taking majoring in sports management at
Nice.
university. So
Oh, she get a job
and
with
she's-
them when she comes back. There
exactly.
you go.
So and
Okay.
she's playing college hockey. But I said,
Now we're talking.
I
Yeah.
said, you know, check into it. Like,
Yeah.
tell them you play college hockey in the States, and
Yeah.
you know, see if you can get some type of internship or a job over the summer.
I like that. Yeah.
all,
you know?
all that to say, like, I mean, I think it's exciting, but
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys agree, but I find the Ottawa sports market's a little fickle,
God,
Oh,
yeah.
God,
right?
Do I
And-
agree?
and,
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
it's
Can't even
fun
sell out the Sens.
Does
It's
Jesus
fun
wear sandals?
that you know
No.
that now we're going to get a women's team in Ottawa. However, between the 67s,
Yeah.
you know, the baseball, the Ottawa Senators, the Red
Yeah.
Blacks, like,
So for their sake,
who's going to go?
but for their sake, my God, it's a death blow if they decide to play in Canada. They better play at
they're
Lansdowne.
No, they're
at
Lansdowne.
Well,
Yeah,
thank
they're
God,
at
because
TV
at least
place.
that's
Yeah.
more of an event location,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Nicer, a little bit more intimate setting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
lots to do around the game.
yeah, absolutely.
The general-
I'd go check it out just to see a game.
Part of me thought, oh my God, what if they play at the Nepean Sportsplex?
Oh.
Wouldn't that be?
Yeah.
No, that's brutal.
Was it
That-
brutal?
God,
No.
that place is an awful place to
Yeah,
watch.
yeah,
a
Well, I
game.
don't know. They've got
Yeah.
like 10,000. No, it's
No,
not that
4
many.
or 5.
4 or 5,000.
but it's
they
Lansdowne.
would sell,
It's
sell
ugly.
it out.
Lansdowne's the place.
The
to go.
atmosphere at Lansdowne
Yeah.
is really nice.
Yeah. Would I go
Yeah.
see a game? Sure. Especially if my daughter was interested in it. Yeah.
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 absolutely.
I would do that.
I'd go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking
Hey,
of,
Daddy-daughter's night out,
Yeah,
maybe.
we could do that. Lansdowne
Yeah.
when they're all back
Yeah.
over Thanksgiving, mate.
What-
no,
Lola-
she's American
sorry.
Thanksgiving.
DDT Junior
See,
would
you
not
were
be
excited
back.
there.
Yeah.
I was excited for the actual going out to eat.
I know.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
game would be fun too.
Um,
Hopefully.
Speaking of college hockey,
Yeah.
you're,
Is there a schedule yet for the Bobcats?
It is out. They start in October.
Oh, I'm
I
gonna
think.
Google it right
Sort
now.
of out. Sort of out. It doesn't look finalized. They don't have the times unless they've done that in the last couple days.
Okay.
But you're looking at perhaps the next recruiting
Oh boy.
coach for this.
Yeah,
for
did you
the
get an update on
PSC
that?
Bobcats. I spoke to the coach.
Finally.
Yeah, spoke to the coach the other day.
Would they
Yeah.
fly you all over the world?
No, it's all online these days.
No.
Anyway,
I like that. You
But
showed
they-
some initiative there.
yeah, I like the school, I like the area. I like to see their team succeed. Their building program. They got a few freshmen this year, but you know, recruiting to get
How-
players out to college sports is
How's the
an
new
ongoing
coach?
job. He's a very young guy.
Yeah.
Played on the men's team a few years ago.
Okay.
Was the captain of the men's team.
Is obviously interested in. That's good.
Yeah.
actually.
Schedule's up.
It's a really nice kid. Good,
It looks
good chat
like
with him.
they open the season on Sunday, October 29th at Norwich Club game.
Okay, Norwich.
That is a game we could go watch.
Where would
Yes.
the
Norwich.
game be?
It's a little
But are they?
small little hamlet in upstate New York.
Oh, nice.
So they're probably playing like a U18 team, I'm guessing, or
Is it close to Placid?
Are they?
no, it's
area?
close to the border. Like,
Oh, is it? Like
yeah, really close.
closer to
So I did a
Ogdensburg?
tournament down there. No, like literally, yeah, Ogdensburg.
Okay.
Near there. Yeah.
Okay. So they changed associations as well. We're not playing ACHA
You're
anymore.
kidding.
No.
Well, what are they playing?
They're playing AAU, which is the American Amateur Athletic Union.
AAU. How
Is
about
that good or bad?
I don't know. They seem to think it's good because apparently they get way more support. There's a lot of collegiate teams that play in the AAU. I wasn't aware of
So
that.
where are the games? Where's the home rink again?
It'd be Saranac this year.
Saranac Lake. So
Yeah.
it looks like Sunday, November 5th might be their first game.
Okay.
12 p.m. versus Binghamton.
Nice. Right. Yeah.
So maybe that's the road trip. Oh, sorry. Looks like they play on November 4th at 7 and then a follow-up
next day.
Sunday at noon.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
We
The
could
men's team played
we
over
could
the
camp
weekend.
again.
Yes, we could.
The men's team?
Yeah, they played over the weekend. They were in a tournament.
Wow.
I should follow up with Marilyn, Mom. She was texting me about it
Yeah.
and see how they did. I know they had won a couple games, or they were losing 1-0 in one game,
Okay.
but I think they had won
Huh.
next.
Fascinating.
I'll check with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, find
Keep
out.
us updated.
Yeah,
So
it's a bit of a Tony Gabriel.
Yeah.
Are we gonna? We're just gonna go on about this whole Tony
No.
Gabriel.
We can, because
We
now
keep
the
going
now the
on.
podbeanskis actually know what it
Well,
means.
if we
hold
can-
on,
if
hold
we
on,
can-
hold on. Why does that keep popping up?
If
I
we
don't
can
like
actually
that.
get him on the podcast, that wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Call-
need
have
to
them
line
call
up some
in
guests.
someday. That'd be a blast.
Big names. Big
Yeah.
names.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the? Speaking of the I guess no. There's no segue there. I'm trying to find a segue, but there's no
To what?
segue.
What
I
do
was
you
just going to talk about something else.
What?
Oh,
Change
what?
it up a bit.
Yeah.
Just a pick.
Oh, a pick.
A pick.
A streaming pick.
Yeah.
Did
I
we
got
do
one
a
of
couple
those for
last
you.
week?
I don't know if it's
Did
a,
we?
Did we?
Did we talk about Succession last week?
I don't know if it's a
Yes.
streaming
On Crave?
pick. This
My
is a movie,
God. Okay.
But it's
my
a-
quick pick is Succession.
but it's
on
kind of a
Crave.
Lanark thing.
Okay.
I saw the wife
Succession on Crave is my pick.
and
Just
I.
I know,
Is it
I
good?
know,
Yeah.
I know.
fantastic.
I know.
Tell us your Lanark.
The wife and I just watched the new Indiana Jones movie last night.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
In the theater?
well, no.
I'm
Okay.
hearing pirating here.
It was
Oh.
yeah. online somewhere.
Okay.
However,
That'd be a good one to see in the theater. I think.
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm glad that I didn't go pay a bunch of money for that.
Oh, okay. It did not meet your expectations.
No, there were
Want
quite
my
cheesy.
analysis?
It sucks.
A bit cheesy,
There-
maybe.
There were quite a few moments where that with dun, 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 like the
Yeah.
music comes
Sure.
up, or things happen that
Yeah.
kind of remind you of the other movies.
Yeah.
So there's that, it pulls on the heartstrings.
Yeah.
But overall, like
Nostalgic.
at the beginning of the movie, they kind of show retro scenes, so they
Yeah.
kind of de-aged him.
Okay.
But the CGI is not very good.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I was really disappointed.
It's because of the writer's strike, maybe, and all that.
So
I have no idea, but
no, that
have
would
you-
have been out.
Have you
way
seen
before.
it?
No.
No.
How
Yeah.
old is Harrison Ford now?
70s.
Good for him.
Or older? No.
I'd say
70s.
70s.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right.
You can't. You also have a hard time picturing him kind of
Yeah.
running around all over the place with
Yeah,
his whip
yeah.
and his hat, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was disappointed.
Okay.
The story's far fetched. There's a lot of really kind of implausible stuff.
Is that why it's a Lanark?
So a
pick?
lot like the other ones.
Well,
then.
having said, I would just say Lanark pick. Go watch any of the other ones.
Okay.
At your
Ah,
local
gotcha.
Watch the
blockbusters on
original.
VHS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go watch the originals. That's
Okay.
way better.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for that.
A streaming pick for me, a show I just started watching on Disney. It's called The Bear.
The Bear.
Yeah, and it's a show about a guy that, so to speak, inherits his brother's restaurant in Chicago and is trying to kind of
Have you ever seen Cocaine Bear?
bring it. No, we talked about that last season
yeah,
though.
We're
Yeah.
not talking about
You were all excited about that.
It
But
was
anyway,
good.
The Bear, I recommend it on
not good.
Disney.
Okay. The
Yeah.
Bear.
Or are you saying it sucked?
I would never watch a movie like that.
Oh.
Like nothing from the trailer would ever get me to watch a movie like
There's
that.
really nothing about that interests me whatsoever.
I brought my son.
I
Oh.
couldn't imagine watching that
Of course
movie.
you
It was
would.
funny.
No, couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
All right, so time to wrap things up.
Yeah.
When you start talking about Cocaine Bear,
Yeah.
it's probably fair to give the listeners a break on that. It
Yeah.
was a fun week. Fun having
Glad to be
JB
back.
Yeah.
Fun
It
episode.
Yeah, it's good to see you, boys.
was a good breakfast. Nice
good
to be
breakfast.
back
Nice
at Scotties
yes,
Corner Diner.
Shout out to Scotties Corner Diner.
Lots
again.
of shout outs today. Scotty, JB,
TSN,
TSN.
Matt Hamer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
boat ride this week, but not
let's
a
work on it.
boat ride podcast.
No bull right
Ah,
podcast.
come on.
So if
So
we're
what are we
doing
gonna
it,
do about
if we're
the-
doing it
the
without
cast?
without the kids,
Yeah.
let's go Wednesday.
Okay.
If we're doing it with the kids, let's go Thursday.
Good plan.
That would
Okay.
mean I'm going to be out almost every night this week.
Imagine that.
Well, no, that it's.
I got
one,
Dad
it's-
Bod's
it's
rehearsal
one
tomorrow
or the
night.
other.
Yeah.
Maybe. I got to go out and watch some hockey on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Which night works better for you for the boat? Wednesday or Thursday?
I guess it doesn't matter at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Friday you're off. So yeah,
Right.
you're out almost every night this week. That's 2.
I have my mother-in-law coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going for 2 boat rides, right?
Yeah.
It's either
One.
Wednesday
Oh.
or Thursday.
Oh, I misunderstood then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wednesday and Thursday. I
If
thought
we
you-
go Wednesday, we go just the 3 of us.
Yeah.
If we go on Thursday, we can bring the boys, or we can go just the 3 of us.
Okay.
Okay, so again,
It's a good
what
plan.
what time are you talking about here? We never
Uh,
said the time. So let's
Duff and I will be
because my
at-
son won't be able to come.
Duff and I will be at Andrew Hayden Park at around. I would assume I'll ballpark at around 4:30.
Like you'll
If-
pick me up.
If I'm picking you
Yeah.
up, I'm
Then
figuring.
you'd have to pick up my son as well
Why?
because I don't finish work till 5.
Well, he can just make his way to Duff's house. No.
No.
Can
you
he-
would probably if it's just the 3
don't
of
know.
us, you would meet us.
You can meet us there at 5.
Yeah. 5.
No, I'd be there 5:30ish.
Okay, so
You're
we'll,
talking Andrew Hayden Park.
We
Yeah.
should aim for Wednesday for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's simpler. The
'Kay.
boys probably have stuff going on Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
No.
No.
So we'll get the boat in. We'll go for a little spin, and then
'Kay.
we'll swing by and pick up DDT.
Okay.
Whenever you get there, text us.
And we could pick you up
Oh, okay.
at. Oh yeah, no, keep it simple. I was gonna say there's other spots we could pick them up, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can swim out to us.
And then you're
Oh, sure.
cooking dinner after, you said? Supper?
No, I was gonna go out somewhere.
Oh, go out. Okay.
Oh,
Brew
That's good.
table or
Oh,
whatever.
okay. Okay. That'll work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
yeah. That is.
Cop car coffee.
Oh my God.
That was,
Last 20 minutes.
Oh.
was a stretch.
that was a bit painful. Yeah.
The first 20 minutes.
There's nothing wrong with chopping it at 35.
The first 20 minutes.
Like if we're done, we're done, right?
Well, the first 20 minutes was painful. The middle 20 minutes sucked.
And the
last-
end was pretty bad.
Last
Pretty
20
bad.
was tiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right.
my analysis sucked.
On a
Yeah.
scale of 1 to 10.
Sucked.
Okay.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.